This new Facebook setup just got my store from 0 to 10K per day in under 7 days. And in this video, I will create a Facebook campaign live from scratch and then also show you step by step how to set everything up right. So if you've never set one up before, or you just want to make sure that you do set everything up the right way, this video is for you. And by the way, at this point, we're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month. We have literally tested every strategy out there, and this is the one which works best. All right, so very first of all, you just go to the ads manager and click on create new campaign. Here we keep it simple, just choose sales as the objective. And also it's very important to not select the Advantage Plus one, just use the regular manual sales campaign. This is the ones we usually test with, and later on we scale with an Advantage Plus. But anyways, I'm a big fan of CBOs. At this point, they're called Advantage Campaign Budget. But what it means is instead of spending money on the ad set level, you actually let Facebook decide which ad set is performing the best, and it lets you spend money on the campaign level. And the reason why I like this is it doesn't matter how good you are, you're not going to be better than Meta at predicting which ad sets are the best. Just let it do what it's supposed to do. So I like to test with a $200 per day budget, but if you're a beginner and you don't have too much budget, then you should definitely start at a lower one. So if you want to take it slower, do $50 to $100. For us, it just makes sense to test things quick, and that's why it's $200 a day right away. Now, in terms of countries and targeting, we like to just target the US. I don't want to overcomplicate it and do a bunch of different countries. In the beginning, we do US, and then later on, we test UK, Australia, Canada, etc. But at first, usually the US is going to deliver the best results. Now, what we like to do is starting with 3 ad sets in the campaign. So you can just create one and duplicate it 2 times and it's going to be done. But basically, what these 3 ad sets are for is not to test out different targeting, but test out different creatives. So I like to test with 3 batches. Per ad set, we have 1 batch of creatives, and it's basically 9 creatives total. So the batches usually consists of this: 1-to-1 longer Facebook style ad. Here's an example of that.
I used to get so stressed trying to organise my workload, my social life, exercise schedule, side projects, and still find time to relax.
Then we have 1 9-to-16 TikTok style video. Here's also an example of that.
A month ago, before discovering this lemonade, I was looking rough. Hairs were falling out, I had the moon face, but look at my jawline now.
And then we have a mix of a TikTok style and a Facebook style, but in 9-to-16.
All my friends in the industry, all my actress friends, they all are taking it. E27 Extra Strength Liquid Collagen.
Liquid collagen has me in the best shape of my life.
And usually this is AI generated. So we have a bunch of other videos talking about this. And what's really important is all of these videos always have to have like people and faces and basically a person who speaks over it. Now you can literally launch the campaign with 3 ad sets and just let Meta decide which ad sets to push and spend more money to. And again, 9 times out of 10, Facebook and Meta is going to do a better job at predicting what's going to do better than you. So just let it do its thing. And then usually the next day, $200 are going to be spent. And then we see, okay, is it profitable? Is it not profitable? And if it is profitable, so I don't check the CPC, the CPM, nothing. I just look at, is it profitable? Is the ROAS and the cost per purchase good? Yes or no? That's it. So if it's profitable, then I increase the budget. And if it's not, then I don't. The safest way of doing it is increasing the budget at 25% per day. This will minimize the risk of getting banned or shit going wrong. Especially with new accounts, you should avoid scaling too hard. So 25% is a really good number. That's why when you start with $50 a day, it's just going to take a little bit of time until you're even able to spend legit money. And with $200, it's just a little faster. Now, when should you kill ad sets? Well, if one ad set takes most of the spend, it may actually fatigue over time. And if an ad set is unprofitable for over 3 days, turn it off. It's very simple, but this is how we decide to keep things on or turn things off. So if one ad set is unprofitable for 3 days, you turn it off, and you just do that one by one, and if none of them are left, then you killed the campaign. Now, if you want to test a new batch of creatives, how you want to do this is just duplicate an ad set which you have within the CBO and just add your creatives into those ad sets. And that's basically it. So to test new creatives, it's very simple. What you do, you just duplicate an ad set within the same CBO and just add the new creatives into that ad set. And that's basically it. Okay. So I don't overcomplicate it. Sometimes if you test a new creative, it will not spend any money because one ad set just takes all of the money away. So just to prevent that from happening, what I like to do is I like to set up a minimum spend on the ad set. So usually it's around 10% of the total budget. So if it's $200 a day, you should do the minimum spend on the new creative test for $20. So if it's $100, then it's $10. Again, I like to keep it simple. And obviously with a setup like this, you can clearly see the main thing is the product, the store, and the ads, right? The media buying stuff, you can obviously fuck things up here as well. But the point of this is just keeping it as simple as possible. A few more things. Number one is Facebook tracking is horrible. All right, it's trash. So you can't rely on it. I personally like to use triple whale just to see the exact tracking. And this is something you always have to do because without seeing the right numbers, it's literally impossible to be able to scale. Next thing is, don't look at soft metrics. All right, soft metrics, they don't matter. It's whatever. The only real thing you have to look at is the ROAS. One more thing I always like to tell people, especially if you're a beginner, always ask ChatGPT if your ad and your ad description is policy compliant. Just send everything to ChatGPT and ask, hey, is everything fine? Yes or no? And then it's going to tell you, so it just doesn't make sense to always risk to get banned for no reason. To just ensure that everything's going to be fine for sure, the first thing you do is ask ChatGPT with every ad. And the second thing you have to do is use agency accounts. So what agency accounts are is literally accounts which only get blocked from a manual review. Regular accounts can get blocked by the Facebook AI, which just does mistakes and it looks at your ad and it misunderstands something and you're instantly gone. But with agency accounts, it has to be a real human being who looks over your ad and then thinks, all right, this is non-policy compliant, so you're going to get banned. So if you use agency accounts and comply with the policy, you shouldn't get banned. It's going to be fine. Obviously, things will always go to shit at some point, so you're going to get banned no matter what at some point, which is fine if you know how to have backup structures. And this is why we never test more than one product per ad account. If you have a winning product, congrats, amazing. Don't test the next product on the same ad account, all right? One product per ad account, general rule, because the numbers mess with each other, and if one product picks up, the other one goes down. It's all a mess, so you always have to do a new one. The next thing I've seen a lot is when people show me a campaign and they ask me, hey, I killed this a week ago because it was just breaking even, it was not profitable, I didn't know what to do with it. I look at that and I'm like, bro, break even is good because you didn't optimize yet. If you're breaking even and you don't lose money, the only thing you have to do is increase either the conversion rate or average order value. So basically do post-purchase upsells, improve your product page, test the pricing, test offers, just test things to increase the backend. And then I guarantee you will make money. Whenever you're breaking even, without having optimized all the backend steps, you're good. This is more than fine. The next thing to keep in mind is interest targeting doesn't work anymore, all right? Don't target interests whatsoever. We literally don't ever do that. It just doesn't work. It was great in 2019, 20, 21, but at this point, Facebook just knows better. One more thing you always have to keep in mind is Facebook has good and bad days. Or you're gonna see across the industry a good or a bad day for everyone. Why? Because some big spender comes in and fucks everything over. So if Apple decides to launch a new phone or just do something or launch a crazy campaign, things go to shit because Apple just outspends you. The other thing which happens a lot is updates and tests, which Facebook does. So what they like to do is they just test some new algorithm stuff and it either does really good or really bad, and usually it's really bad. But in the end of the day, there's only three things which are relevant. Number one, how good is your product? Number two, how good is your ad? And number three is how good is your store? At this point, we've personally tested hundreds of products and helped thousands of products being tested. So we really know what a good and bad product is just because of the entire overview we have over thousands of tests. Same thing with creatives. We have tested tens of thousands of creatives at this point and truly know what makes an ad good. We also have this crazy competitive advantage, which is organic marketing, because most of Facebook dropshippers have never filmed a video by themselves, but we have literally the biggest organic dropshipping program in the world and have people who are extremely skilled at organic who just create content for us, and we know what extremely good content looks like. So we just take this organic content and make it native to Facebook and just have cost of purchases which you've never seen in your life, just because organic plus Facebook is cracked. And then what we've also done is thousands and thousands of split tests on our own stores in terms of pricings, offer, pictures, headlines, post-purchase upsells, pre-purchase ups. We tested it all. We know what's working best. We have the best split tests we've ever did. And we can just tell you, all right, do this, split test this. That's better. Test this product. Here's a good ad. Here's a guy who can make the best ads in the world for you. Whatever you need, we have it. Do you need an agency account? We got you. Do you need a new payment provider? No problem. Whatever it is, every single problem you will ever face, we already had that problem, fixed it, and that's why I make over $1 million per month with my dropshipping business and have helped hundreds and hundreds of dropshippers to make a lot of money dropshipping. We have students like Rasmus, Stefan, Mark, who made millions of dollars with Facebook ads, and the reason for our success is just being able to combine organic and Facebook. And if you want me to help you and guide you through the entire process of becoming super profitable on Facebook, click the link below, sign up for a call, and we're gonna have a one-on-one call and see if everything is a good fit.